Everything has its season, everything has its time. Show me a reason and I'll soon show you a rhyme. Cats fit in the windowsill, children fit in the snow. Why do I feel I don't fit in anywhere I go?
But I had this idea some years ago to do an evening of all men's songs, because I played the part of young Edwin Drood in The Mystery of Edwin Drood. And she's really a male impersonator from the British music hall, Alice Nutting, who played young Edwin, and then Edwin plays the old man Datchery. So I always thought that would be fun, and I've always been intrigued by certain male characters in the lexicon of the musical theater. So I thought, oh, well, this will be great. It'll give me a chance to sing my favorites, you know, like Maria, or Younger Than Springtime, or something from Sweeney that normally I wouldn't get a chance to do because they're songs written for men.
My great adoration for men, actually the awakening to that realm of consideration, began for me. I lived in suburbia, Texas, growing up, and I saw the film of West Side Story when I was 14 years old. You saw that movie, right? It's a fantastic movie, and I fell in love most especially with Riff, the character Riff. Remember the actor Russ Tamblyn? He played Riff, and I just was about all things Riff. I thought he was the coolest guy I had ever seen in my life. He was so gorgeous and sexy, and he could sing and he could dance, and the Jets were the best. I just wanted to be one of the gang. But I love the character Tony, of course, because Tony sang to girls, you know, and I thought it was the most romantic thing, a boy singing a girl's name. It was just beyond comprehension. I wanted that so badly to happen to me. The most beautiful sound I ever heard. Maria, 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 Maria. All the beautiful sounds of the world in a single word. Maria, 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 Maria. I just met a girl named Maria, and suddenly that name will never be the same to me.
See, that's the whole premise of the show, you know, is that you were indoctrinated as a young girl to believe that guys would really talk to you like this, and if you were lucky, somebody would actually sing to you like that and hold you and adore you the way these guys, you know. But you know, the beauty is that the men who wrote these songs, they were men, you know, that had these feelings and these ideas about how love should be expressed through men's voices.
If you were a man, who would you play?
Sweeney Todd. I totally get Sweeney Todd. I actually love Tobias in that show too, the boy. And of course I love Riff, you know, I guess, you know, when I was 15, after I saw the film when I was 14, I got to dance in West Side Story this summer. I was 15 years old at our regional theater. My first part was Danny, June, and Gypsy, and then I danced in West Side Story that summer. But I auditioned for Anybody's, and she's the little girl that tries to be one of the Jets, and they're always kicking her out, and she's always there. And they didn't cast me as that, you know, because I was, you know, young and tall, and Anybody's is kind of, you know, little, and so I was all disappointed about that, but I danced in the gym as Baby John's girl, which was really fun. And so that's why I loved West Side Story so much, because I was there every night for our performances, and our theater was in the round, and there were ramps running down to the stage, and I would stand at the top of the ramps, and you know, I know every part in that show. I mean, every part. I can even sing the orchestrations, and because I love it so much. And Jason Robert Brown, the composer earlier, says he feels the same way. And so we've joked through the years that someday we're going to do a West Side Story concert together and sing all the parts and do all the orchestra. He's going to play all the orchestrations and just piano. I hired Eric Stern to be my music consultant to help me find the material, all the other material I wanted, you know, to fill out the whole evening. He did some of the arrangements, and then Christian Jacob, my new pianist, did the other arrangements, and then Eric Kornfeld did the special material, the comedy stuff with Eric Stern. He adapted the music, so I love that piece called Hymn to Her that we do that includes every possible man's song that people know and love.
be more like a man, and finally reach for the unreachable star, or play Che Guevara and smoke a cigar, or when both Hyde and Jekyll flip out in the end, why can't a woman play both of them? When you see the real artistic geniuses, gender isn't even in the mix. Do you really need 24 penises to tour in 1776?
They sent me that 3 weeks ago, which was really daunting. I was like, "You're kidding," you know, because Eric Kornfeld, along with John McD, who was my music consultant for the last show, wrote me a wonderful piece of special material last time called "When I Belt." But it was fun, but it was short. This is like huge, and I only got it 3 weeks ago, and I was just like, "You're kidding!" And at first, I was so intimidated by it, learning it so quickly. I almost thought, but then I thought I have to do it because I hired them to do this, and they knocked themselves out to create this piece. I've got to make my best effort. So I really worked hard to learn it. It was really wild, and I was still memorizing it, you know, up until yesterday. So my repertoire at this point, I'm so fortunate. It's like huge. Mm-hmm. I have hundreds of pieces of material because I've created a new show every single year for as many years as I've been doing concert work, and that's like since I have so much material. I mean, stacks and stacks and stacks of songs. And I collect songs the way other people collect doodads or jewelry or clothes or something. That's what I collect. You know, they're precious to me. And I love to go through my collections, and it's in my will actually to, you know, donate this collection because it's a valuable collection of music. My orchestrations, my arrangements are hugely valuable. You know, they cost fortunes of money in my lifetime, but they're very precious to me. I don't know. That's a really good idea, though. Of a show of songs and characters that I'd still like to play. The only part I really wanted to play when I was younger, I wanted to play Annie Oakley and Annie Get Your Gun because I'm a real cowgirl, and I thought, I should play that part. And then for years, I pitched the possibility of doing Annie Get Your Gun in a real Wild West show setting, like in a real arena, you know, with the real Wild West show. I wanted to research what that was, the Wild Bill Hickok Wild West show that Annie Oakley was actually in, that toured to Europe and stuff. Lizzie in 110 in the Shade, because I had a very specific take on that. I never got to play that part either, but I wanted to do it really differently than the way it was originally done. I wanted to really spare that show down, take the singing and dancing chorus out, because it was written in the 1950s when that was the style. And I wanted to take it back to the original concept of the Rainmaker, which is just a 6-character play, and just selectively pick the best music and go through Smith & Jones' trunk and find another couple of songs for the sheriff, you know, and fill out his part a little better. And I pitched that to them, actually, when I was in Sunset Boulevard. And they weren't having it, so maybe Mame. I think I'd like to do Mame. That was the first musical I ever saw when I first came to New York. I saw Angela Lansbury do Mame at the Winter Garden Theater. I was just in heaven. I thought it was I feel myself much freer in a couple of pieces tonight, which made me feel really euphoric. I like that when I feel really free in the material and I'm not thinking so hard about, here comes that, I gotta remember this, you know, it's like where your mind is working so actively. I like to sing when, you know, all that work is finally completely a part of you and you're not in that thought process anymore. You're just there singing with abandon. That's what I like.
Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. Love never made a fool of you. You used to be too wise.
I have all kinds of fantasies. I'd love to see it orchestrated and do it, you know, in a bigger concert setting. That would be great. Short of that, I'm doing it for the Actors Fund at the Pantages. They do a series of concerts on Monday nights at the Pantages Theater lobby in Los Angeles. So December 5th, we're doing a benefit for the Actors Fund, and I'll do this show there. I'm in discussions with a lady who might present it in Chicago in November, and then there's an agent that's going to be representing just this show in terms of booking it for next year, and we'll see what happens. Those bookings are just beginning to, nobody knows the show exists yet, but hopefully the reviews will be good and people will be interested in having.
Beyond that road lies a shining world. Beyond that road lies despair. Beyond that road lies a world that's gleaming, people who are scheming, beauty, hunger, glory, sorrow, never a pain or care. I'm liable to find a couple of surprises there.